That this year has been going for 4 months, and it has been quite a lot. The high inflation rates, the high interest rates, the geopolitical tension. There's a lot of global economic challenge that we have to face together. How do you see the potential for business development in 2024? What is the biggest challenge, but what also came as the biggest opportunities for business globally?
I think based on, at least talking about Dubai, based on the numbers that we witnessed in the first quarter, the numbers are continuing to grow. I think this is backed up by the diversity and the strategic location that Dubai has. So we have several partners. So Dubai has partners from as far as the West in both Latin America and North America, and to do more now currently with the East. And today's event is part of this concentration on the Asian market. Definitely the geopolitical situations was creating pressure in different areas of the world. That's why the importance of doing bilateral exchanges is extremely important. So it's very important for Dubai and for countries in general to strengthen the bilateral engagement, because this helps the businesses to diversify their sourcing, to diversify their trade routes, and to mitigate the risk by investing in different regions. So I think increasing the efforts either through the CEPA agreements to remove trade barriers or to concentrate more on the bilateral exchanges, this will really help to provide the private sector with alternatives that will ensure that their growth is sustainable.
So collaborations is key, and that is to make sustainable growth for business from all over the region. But from your side, or from Dubai side, sir, any challenge that the global economic is facing, such as the high inflation trends, the high interest rates, the energy commodity that is starting to raise because of the geopolitical tensions, and also the Suez Sea, the security of distributions of goods getting more risky because of the tension. Any of those challenges, has it been impacting Dubai business domestically?
The disruption that are happening in the logistic is not something new in our region, and I think the logistic players in the region, they got adapted to it. We did not witness a big impact in terms of this, and I always remember maybe for any single incident that happened, we will have a increased concentration from the media on it, but on the other side, they don't mention how many ships already made it through. So I think what we look at in a very pragmatic way, if the numbers of trade are increasing, if we're being able to become agile and flexible and always find alternative routes, and if we always invest in the logistics sector and strengthening our partnership in the logistics sector with other players, we'll always find ways around such challenges. And I think what gives Dubai the advantage is the agility that Dubai has in dealing with different variables. If you look at Dubai's growth, always it's been growing regardless of, different things that are happening around the world, either the high interest rate or the geopolitical. And I think it's a matter of how do you adapt to the situation and how do you find quick wins that will drive for more. So one of the areas that been growing very fast is the increase of foreign direct investment coming into Dubai. And Dubai last year was the highest in terms of greenfield projects. So
greenfield projects.
Yes, so if you get fresh investment coming into the city and more investors and more than 67,000 new companies formed and registered as a member under Dubai Chamber in 1 year. So these numbers, having fresh investment coming, creating more jobs, this will always grow the domestic economy. In addition to that, strengthening the collaboration with your partners, especially around logistics and the value chain, and increasing the bilateral cooperation with countries, this will always mitigate and soften the challenges that are happening globally.
With agility and collaborations, and with every challenge comes every opportunity. Sir, thank you so much for that message. We want to hear from your side. The UAE government has the ambition to make Dubai a global business center for trade, logistics, tourism, and financial sectors. And it is ready to compete with other big cities such as Tokyo, New York, London, Singapore, and so on. And we just hear from your side that it has attracted more indirect investment in a very, very abundant numbers. We really need to hear from your side, what is the main reason, the main key that is instrumental in supporting Dubai to become one of the most leading city in the world?
There are several reasons. I think the first one is the dynamic government and the policy reforms that are happening. So the government of Dubai works very closely with the private sector, which is a very unique model globally. So the government works with the private sector to ensure that they have a leading business environment. As soon as you have a leading business environment that will enable businesses not only to sustain their growth, even to unlock growth opportunities, this will encourage more FDI to come into the city and will encourage the current investors to invest more in the same sectors that they're working in, or to be encouraged to invest in new sectors. So this is one. The second one is the connectivity that we have, both by air or by sea.
Geographical connectivity.
Yes, and we have strong logistic players such as Emirates Airline and DP World that they can connect not only Dubai, they can connect the world through Dubai. So you know, managing around 80 ports plus globally, more than 1/4 to 1/3 of them are in the emerging markets like Africa. Being able to connect all of the world through Dubai, moving the value chain, or moving the goods through the value chain in a very smooth way, connecting all of the travelers, both business tourists and people around the world through our national carrier Emirates Airline, having a very solid infrastructure, always ready for future sector. We've been growing very fast in digital economy. We're aiming to have a 20% contribution in our GDP in the next decade coming from digital economy. We noticed an increased interest from digital nomads and tech players coming into the city, having Dubai as their first or second home. I think now the world is competing on talent. So you need to have the talent based in your city. You need to have a friendly business environment. You need to have a very strong logistics and infrastructure. In addition to that, the UAE has the largest banking sector in the whole MENA region. So having all of these components with a very dynamic government that will always look at the future, to always continue having Dubai as a leading city, this mindset itself, you know, goes and gets very well rooted within starting from the residents, the citizens, and moving to the private businesses and the government. So there is a comprehensive and overall agreement on where everyone would like to go in the future. And I think this collaboration is what makes Dubai very competitive.
A mindset for growth for each of the citizens, and it becomes an actions of plans to the government, private sectors, and then it becomes what Dubai has embedded. Yeah, right, for Dubai. Wonderful. Sir, this is some kind of questions, the competitors landscape from Dubai. What do you think about Saudi Arabia's desire to make Riyadh as a competitor for Dubai as business or tourism centers? Or in your point of view, you may actually see Riyadh as a collaborations partners for growth for both of the two cities.
I think we always, Dubai, we would like to have the region growing as a whole. Our Gulf region is one of the youngest in terms of population. During what we see in the last 2 years in the geopolitical global tension that are happening, the Gulf region countries are growing with a positive GDP growth. So having neighbors that are growing their economy is always good for us, good for the whole region. In addition to that, we as Dubai, we always try to develop ourselves. So in Dubai, we always raise the bar on ourselves. We always compete with ourselves for one reason, is that we'd like to ensure not only our businesses, we'd like to ensure even the residents of Dubai to have jobs that are fitting not today's only, the future jobs that will always play a very important role in the global economy. That's why lots of new jobs are created, especially around AI. We have a lot of very positive initiatives for the bigger region coming from Dubai, and initiatives such as the 1 million coder. So we're trying to, through Dubai, to have the region having a tech talent growth in this region. In addition to that, we're encouraging most of our young, talented people to invest into application, into Web3, into all of the digital economy sectors. So for us, the growth of the region is something very positive, and we need really to take advantage of this. It is similar to what we see in the ASEAN region. So if the whole ASEAN region grow, then the positioning of this ASEAN region will definitely play a more strategic role globally.
Is Indonesia side, just like the ASEAN growth for Indonesia, will be very benefiting mutually for each countries. Well, thank you so much for that point of view. Well, this is just a recent news. Just weeks ago, Dubai has been hit with heavy floods, sir. How serious actually is the impact of these floods for the economy and business in Dubai City? What happened?
First of all, we thank all of the entities on the turnaround time. It was significant.
Oh, the turnaround time.
It was significant.
How long is it for the turnaround time?
Less than 24 hours.
Wow.
So the amount of rain that hit Dubai is unprecedented. So since more than 75 years, we did not get this average rain. I think this shows the agility of Dubai to compared to other cities that we see globally. None of the cities has a turnaround time within less than 24 hours. Businesses are back to normal. The average rain that we got is what usually we get within a year. So we imagine getting it in a day. So the most important thing is the agility, the positivity, and one thing that we learned since COVID is that we have very strong tech infrastructure. So all of the businesses were working normally remotely. All of the schools were working normally remotely. Universities were working remotely. And the internet adoption rates in Dubai and UAE, one of the highest in the world. So there is no real disruption. All of the businesses happened, the schools, the universities. So we're very agile. So the agility is part of the DNA of not only Dubai, even as the residents. So
and the people.
The only thing that happened for a few hours that everyone worked remotely, but everything continued very normally, and next day everyone was back in the office.
Well, thank you so much for your commitment from Dubai Chambers International. A pleasure, and thank you so much. We really appreciate for you to hosting this event in Jakarta, Indonesia, and we wish you a great health and success, Your Excellencies. Thank you so much for having your time in CNBC Indonesia. A pleasure. Thank you, sir. Dan demikian diskusi kita bersama dengan Presiden dan CEO Dubai Chambers International Mohammad Ali Rashed Lootah di CNBC Indonesia. CNBC Indonesia Beyond Business.